And about Jarren Duran basically becoming a guy that the Red Sox cannot consider trading, that he's made himself indispensable to this team. Well, if that's the case, maybe this team isn't that good. Like, you're approaching the deadline and that guy's off limits? Jarren Duran's off limits if you have a deal on the table that can make you significantly better and a team says, hey, we want to do a deal. We want to give you a big major piece, but we want Duran back. We like him. He's now untouchable?
You're going to have to give up Durant for number 2, and then some.
And by the way, I'm not telling you Alex Spear is wrong. I'm willing to bet they view it this way.
I don't think they're going to do a damn thing. I think they're going to end up getting some pitcher that we never heard of.
It's going to be like Charlie Morton or something like that, yeah.
Just something crappy that's not going to get you fired up. It's not going to be a number 2 guy to put him behind Crochet and maybe get the best out of Bayo. Who knows? But I don't feel like they're going to do anything. What deadline's 6 o'clock tomorrow?
6 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, there's not a lot of heat out there as far as them being really involved in anything. Not that you have to, the best deals are the ones you don't talk about, but you should have some interest, and some of these guys should be. You got to at least put it out there that hey, we're looking. We want to make a move because that gets people to pick up the phone. I don't think they're going to get rid of Durant. I think Meyer being hurt too. I think it's just you got to keep another guy. It's another positional player, and he's good for your team. He's a leader on your team. He is.
I don't think anything should be off the table right now for the Boston Red Sox. I mean, I think Craig Breslow needs to get creative here and be open to multiple avenues in terms of trying to improve this roster. And to say, shut it down and say that Jarren Duran's untouchable to me is crazy. I'm not saying you have to move him, by the way. I'm not saying that's a must, but why you wouldn't be open to a deal like that is beyond me. And I know that he's hitting well right now, but still. All avenues right now should be on the table, I think, for Breslow and company in terms of trying to improve this roster and make sure that you are going to be a team that's set up for a legit postseason run here in the back half of the season.
Shouldn't he be confident in the fact that, hey, you know what? I went out and got Crochet. Look how he turned out. We got him that extension. He's our stud right now. I went out and got Bregman. It was a right move at the time, and we got rid of Rafi. Hey, we pulled that plug on that, and the team didn't get killed for it. The team actually got a little spark and had it for a while. And you're sitting there and you're pedaling right now. You're staying above water, but you need that little oomph to help get you over it. That's something you don't have right now.
Sean McAdam writes, an official with another team described the Red Sox to be in stealth mode with 48 hours to go. Quote, haven't heard much of anything with them. Volunteered an executive with another club. So they're not talking right now? They're not picking up the phone right now?
Yeah, is it stealth mode if you're not actually doing anything?
No.
Or is that just not being active?
It's not stealthy. It's more like we're not doing anything.
Feels like they're inactive.
Feels like they're not really going after it. And so if they have multiple needs, which they do, which need do you think they end up fulfilling? Is it a starting pitcher? Is it a reliever? Is it a bat?
It's probably a reliever.
And I'm going to tell you, I think it's a bat.
Oh.
Do you know why?
Why?
That's probably the cheapest thing to get. Look at the Naylor trade. We looked at that and said, are you kidding me?
Was it the 13th and 16th prospect?
13th and 16th best prospect got moved. Not in baseball, in that organization got moved. Doesn't that feel like there's something that could happen there? And it would fall in line with everything else the Red Sox do these days, which is what costs the least? How do we cheap out on this and still get something that helps us? Because apparently you can't even consider trading a guy like Jarren Duran when that should absolutely be on the table and you figure it out after the fact. By the way, I don't love that for Marcelo Meyer and his timeline of coming back.
No. I mean, if you're shutting that down, that means that, it doesn't feel like he's coming back.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm thinking they go after a starting pitcher that's expensive. How do you get a starting pitcher without making a major deal? This is the time of year that's inefficient, as they will tell you. It's inefficient. And so that's the most expensive type of thing to go get. Reliever, I think, is also very valuable at this time of year. Less expensive. And I think right now the market on trying to acquire a rental bat might be decent and cheap. And that's what they are. They're a cheap club.
John Heyman coming out today saying that the Astros are now kicking the tires on Carlos Correa, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that an opportunity, though, with the financial flexibility that you have given yourself there to go to Minnesota and say, hey, you know what? We'll take on Correa's money.
We're going to put him back with Bregman on the same team.
And then let's get Joe Ryan in here as well and get creative and build a package around that. And now all of a sudden you're not giving up as much for Joe Ryan because you're eating some of that money that you now can because you got rid of a bat that cost a lot of money, right?
Yes.
Like, get creative. Try to make something happen here if you're him.
They are dealing from a position of strength with their money, their prospects, their young players.
Everything is available to you. Yes.
They've got it, man. They've got all the resources to do something big at this deadline. My fear is the same that you have and many others have, which is they won't. That they just won't use it to their advantage. So now we wait. They're very quiet. Very little chatter. Deadline is tomorrow at 6 p.m.
I just don't get the Brad Stevens feeling, where that is a guy that acts in stealth ways and all of a sudden pulls the triggers on, Drew Holiday and Porzingis are suddenly in Boston, or both those guys are getting shipped out. It just doesn't feel like Breslow operates that way, so we'll see.
J.P. Ricciardi is questioning the amount of drive that ownership has, the amount of pressure that they feel to do something for this team. I love that from him. I love that. As someone who's not, he has a job at Nesson, but he's not beholden to the owner.
I think it sucks because I enjoy him on Nesson and on the Blue Sox games. I don't know how much longer he's going to be there with those.
How long does that last?
Right?
Won't see him anymore.
When you say, are they buyers or sellers? What do we think the owner is doing right now?
Ooh, good shot.
What do we think he's saying?
Well, off the stuff T-Bone sent about the having a salary cap, he's for a salary cap. So that kind of tells you where the mindset is to begin with. We want to spend less, make more money. It's now a business for them. I don't know how much he cares about contending.
No, I think the first question he asks are, what are the financial ramifications of whatever deal you're doing, right?
Yeah. What's the money? What do we owe if we do this deal? Let's hear it.
Then real quick, what are you smoking cigars then when you sign Bregman and those guys and get those deals done, right? What message does that send?
I don't know.
I thought you were back in it. It tells you you're back in it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, I woke up. I'm back in it. I'm ready to go again.
One contract isn't going to prove anything. I'm sorry.
That could be a one-year deal potentially as well.
Yeah, listen to this. This is from what trade count. What are they calling this? Trade deadline countdown live? Is that what they're calling it? Here it is. Have a listen.
I think the directive comes from ownership. I mean, they're the ones who have to support it and back it. And if there's guardrails on you as to what you can do, then you're only going to be able to make certain types of moves. The big question is, is the drive as heavy as it was in 04 and 05 and 06 and 07 when, man, I competed against those guys, and the Red Sox were so tough and hard to beat, and they always would turn. You threw one card, they threw two cards. So I don't know if those training wheels are off now. I think they're back on to the point where they want to have a little bit more of a controllable environment. So, it comes from ownership, and ownership has to be the one that blesses the moves.
J.P. Ricciardi spent nearly a decade as the GM of the Toronto Blue Jays. He knows how this works.
He also knows people, and so when he says that if you're working with guardrails like he just did, doesn't that feel a little informed?
Sure does.
Yeah.
Doesn't it reflect some of the things that have been written in the last week, maybe from Jeff Passan, about ownership and about – it feels like those guys inside that front office might be speaking out a little bit against their owner.
Yeah. And if you're in that front office, how could you not be frustrated? If you have a potential deal here, if you're buying into the team and all of a sudden, hey, by the way, you're not able to execute X, Y, and Z because it costs too much money, so that's off the table, so go in a different direction. And you're going to be the one that everyone points to and says you didn't do your job at the deadline. You didn't help this team.
Yep, and
stiff.
Would love to know, like, hey, if you end up getting this deal done, you're able to move and have somebody eat this Devers contract. Or are you going to be restricted to be able to not use that money? Or you know what? Hey, you move Devers and you get us out of this deal, we're going to let you do whatever you want to do.
And maybe that was the expectation, by the way, with Breslow. After moving Devers, he thought he was going to have a bunch of flexibility moving forward, and now all of a sudden, maybe that's not the case.
Yeah, instead they're like, oh, that's great. Awesome. We love moving that money off the books. Now, this is all you get. We're not going to reallocate those funds to another player or players.